Hi, I'm Hailey Littlefield, and I'm a Bonnie Lake Panther. School activities, I'm in FCCLA. I've been all 4 years in FCCLA. Big part of my life. I also play golf for the Bonnie Lake girls golf team. I'm also part of NHS, National Honor Society, and I'm part of Educators Rising, which is for people who want to be teachers.
Hailey embodies engagement so fully in everything that she does. I think about how she was in the classroom and how she was always asking questions and how she was working hard, and she would get done with her work and then she'd move on to the next thing that she needed to work on, whether it was for my class or another class. But also I think about just how engaged she has been at Bonnie Lake High School and across our state. The work that she's done with FCCLA as a state officer is just phenomenal, and she's done it for 2 years. She's done a great job, and I just love seeing how she comes alive when she thinks and talks about working with students and that future that she's looking at as being an educator. I can't wait to see just what happens with her as she moves forward. And I think because she is so engaged in high school, it makes so much sense that she's going to go into education, that she's engaged in the educational process, she's engaged in being a Panther.
FCCLA stands for Friendly Career Community Leaders of America. It's based off of FCS. I was a state officer for 2 years, meaning that I planned our state conferences, our regional conferences, and our national regional conferences, which is pretty hard to do, but I did it for 2 years, and that was so much fun. I've also been a chapter officer for all 4 years, but probably my biggest thing in FCCLA was being a state officer for 2 years.
The power value that Hailey Littlefield represents most would definitely be ownership. Hailey takes complete ownership of everything she's doing. She's always looking out for others around her, bringing them in, really exhibits the ultimate level of kindness, and just strives really hard to make the world a better place in everything she's doing and trying.
There is this inquisitiveness about her, how she is looking for other ways to navigate the world, other ways to think about things. I think about how she always had a book in her hand, and how she would share what she was reading, or I would ask her and she would share these different pieces of what she was experiencing or learning as she read. And I think about that trait of being curious. And Hailey strikes me as a curious person who wants to learn more about the world, who wants to learn more about the other people around her. And she has this kindness in her that she envelops people, and she brings them into her world, where it seems like she just is able to share with them and to connect with them in a way that a lot of other students don't. And so I guess that's a few things. She's curious. I love her curiosity about the world, but I also love her kindness and just how she has always looked out and acted towards others with such kindness.
My favorite memory from Bonnie Lake High School was probably going undefeated my freshman year of basketball. I was on C team, but we still went undefeated, and that was a lot of fun, a big celebration, big fun time. That was pretty cool.
Hailey's most important characteristics would be her kindness, her compassion, and her sense of humor. She always brings a smile to the faces of her peers and her teachers. She is always looking for ways she can help and bring people up and into the conversation. And she just really exhibits that level of connection with people of all ages, from the very young to the very old, and really is striving to be the best version of herself on a daily basis.
My favorite accomplishment is probably passing the AP biology test, because that was hard, and I failed every unit test that whole school year, and then somehow I still passed the AP test, so I was pretty proud of that moment in my life.
So what sets Hailey apart from the pack, besides her wicked amazing hair, which you can always count on it being just an incredible new hue? My favorites are personally the fuchsia hue and also the teal, because Panthers. But besides her amazing hair, Hailey has always struck me as a person who genuinely cares about others, and I see so much of the amazing adult that she is going to be, because she has been walking the walk and talking the talk of being kind to others, of being thankful for the world that she lives in, and also being an agent of change and wanting to make that place better for her and others.
I would say what sets Hailey apart from others is the idea that she not only strives to see the good in people, but she strives to be the good in people's lives as she interacts with them. She wants to be a teacher. She wants to work and build those characteristics in others, and you can really see that in all of her interactions as she tries to figure out ways to creatively approach a new situation or learn something new. She's super creative about how she connects with human beings, and she's really tuned in to what's going on around her.
Next year, I'm going to attend WSU to become a teacher. I want to be a family consumer science teacher, which is like culinary and the child development, kind of what my mom teaches. And I also want to be an FCCLA advisor. So by going to WSU, I'm going to work that way. I also want to teach abroad probably for a few years to get that kind of experience and like travel. And then, yeah, come back and teach family consumer sciences, become an FCCLA advisor.